Hey, what's up guys, your boy Duck here. Today I'm playing Stick Ranger. It's a pretty fun game. It's on danball.com, link in the description if you want to play it. And yeah, we're just gonna get started. You get to pick 4 characters from this list of 8 classes, and I don't really have much of a plan, so I'm just gonna pull up random.org on my phone and pick randomly, because that's fun. So looks like we're getting Angel, the Priest, the Gunner, and the Whipper. Okay, that's a interesting loadout. Normally I like to have a sniper or a magician or both, but you know, we'll work with this. Basically how this game works is your guys move automatically for you. You can pick them up and move them around if you want to move them manually, but most of the time it's, I don't know, you just let them go. Fight the monsters, get to the end of the level. These little rice balls right here are healing items. None of my guys have taken any damage, so I don't need them. And you just go to the next level. It's a pretty simple game. It gets a lot more difficult later on. There's quite a bit of a learning curve to this game, so it's kind of difficult to just pick up right away and be good at it. I've been playing it for a while though, so I'd like to think I know what I'm doing. So one of these guys dropped a fire ring. That's an item for an angel. It's basically a direct upgrade to the ring he starts with. So I'm just going to go ahead and equip that. We also got a level up right here. There's certain ways to min-max each of your characters, but I haven't played this game in a while, so I don't know the optimal strats for everyone. So I'm going to do a different strategy that may not be completely as effective, but it's more reliable, you know. Just gonna level up all the stats pretty evenly. So put a point into strength and dexterity to begin with, and yeah, their HP also levels up with the stat points, so you don't have to worry about that in case you don't want to put any points into HP. And yeah, we're just gonna move on. So yeah, hopefully I'll be uploading this more regularly. Yeah, don't know what else to say along that vein. Okay, my dimensions on this aren't exactly perfect. I wonder if I can fix that mid-recording. Ooh, professionalism at its finest. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't fuck everything up. Alright, there we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, that looks a lot better actually. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hide my mouse on this because I'm really zoomed in. Yeah, I'm a great recorder. Okay, back to the gameplay. There we go. Now you don't have to see a massive mouse on your screen. I'm not gonna edit that out because I'm lazy. But yeah. So guys, just continuing on as normal. In this first level, you should be able to get an upgraded weapon for all your guys. So that's just what I'm gonna do. And oh boy, scrolling. And we got another level up. So again, we're just leveling up all our stats evenly. So I'm gonna go magic and life, or HP, life points. Yeah, so we're gonna grab this before moving on, and we're just gonna briefly talk about all the characters and what they do. The angel, he has this little ring attack right here. It shoots out a ring. When you upgrade, I want to say dexterity, it increases the amount of rings he throws at once. So a viable strategy I've seen is just pumping as many points as you can into dexterity to maximize that kind of DPS. I think I've tried that before. Yeah, it works. It's pretty effective, but obviously that's not what we're going for today. We're just gonna go with something a bit more basic. The priest is really weak as a combat unit, but as you can see, there's these little white lines at the feet of all my guys, and what that is, that's the priest buffing everyone. Basically, based on his strength and dexterity, you get a little aura that buffs the stats of your other guys. Dexterity increases the defense of your other guys, and strength increases the attacking power. He's really good late game, but starts out not quite useless, but not very good. The gunner is one of the strongest units in the game. But he comes with the drawback of once you upgrade past the standard gun, he does each of his shots cost money, so that can be a real hindrance if you don't, save up a lot of money. The whipper is just a standard melee unit. He flings his whip around, does damage that way. Once you get upgraded weapons like this stone whip that I just found, he has magical attacks that can shoot out stones, and I believe if you increase dexterity, that increases the amount of stones or other projectiles he shoots out once he gets another weapon. He's a pretty fun unit. Haven't played around with him too much, but I've definitely seen him used pretty effectively. We just got a triple shot right here. It's a really good weapon for the archer, but obviously we don't have an archer this game. And yeah, those little gray pellets just fly out. That was from the whipper's stone attack. It charges up with his magic stat, which is the little blue bar you see right up above the portrait. And basically, for each point of magic, every time you hit something, you gain 1 point of mana, I guess. And once you reach the MP required for the weapon, which in this case is 10, it does the special attack, which in the stone whip's case is firing out those stones. So the core mechanics of the game are pretty simple. Opening Street, which is this first level here, isn't really much to talk about. It's really just let your guys go. It's pretty much a free win up until you get to the boss. There's a boss at the end of every level, and the boss is actually the only enemy, or the entire screen of the boss is the only thing you need to clear in order to beat a level. So if I wanted to, I could just take this guy and drag him to the next sign, and I could skip that. You can't do that with the boss screen, because the signpost doesn't appear until after all the enemies are killed. So there might be a couple times where you just want to skip through an entire level, and you can do that up until the boss. And yeah, we're coming up at the end of this first level here. Our guys are getting pretty low. I'm not sure whether or not we're going to be able to beat the boss. Probably not, since we don't have an archer. The archer is really good at taking out this first boss. The archer in general is good at taking out bosses, and since we don't have them, it's going to be kind of difficult this playthrough. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. So this is the boss area for this first level. We got a couple of these red walker dudes, a bunch of the blue X-walkers who shoot out these pellets. They're really dangerous because they have ranged attacks, unlike the rest of the enemies in this stage. Then you got this gray dude right here, and you'll see what he does in a second here. He can get really dangerous. He does quite a bit of damage, has quite a bit of health, standard boss affair. Probably gonna end up killing a couple of my guys, but we might be able to take him down. Yeah, as you can see, he's doing a ton of damage to my whipper, and my whipper just died right there. You can pick up his head and fling him around, and I can also revive him for $40 if I want to. I don't feel the need to do that. And we actually ended up beating him, so we're just gonna move on. Now we're back at the town here, where you have the inn, the shop, and a bookshop. The inn heals your guys for a price based on how damaged they are. Since we're just about dead, it's going to cost quite a bit, but we have enough money to afford it. Now we got the shop where you can buy and sell items. The items you buy aren't as good as the items you can find, so I'm going to try to avoid buying items as much as I can, but we might have to resort to it on occasion. You can also just sell all your items. I didn't need any of those things, so there's no point in holding on to them, so I'm just going to sell them and grab the money. You also have the bookstore here, which after you beat a level, you can buy a book, which basically tells you everything about that level, like the drops and the enemies and a bunch of miscellaneous information. A lot of it isn't too useful, but, it's also all just a Google search away, so I'm probably not going to put any money into these. And I'm going to go through this first level again, trying to get the upgraded weapons for my gunner and my priest. The gunner weapon isn't especially important, so if I find the priest weapon and not the gunner one, that's fine. I'll probably just move on, because the upgraded gun isn't too much better than the one he currently has, and it's gonna start costing money to use it, so I'm not gonna be using it too much even if I do get it, but it'd still be nice to have, you know, just to check out the stats and talk about it for a bit. This game, in my experience, does require quite a bit of grinding, which can be a turnoff for some people, but it's really fun if you can get past that. I've never actually beaten it, but I've gotten pretty far in. The furthest I've got was on the mobile version, and once you start getting to the later stages, you do actually have to start dodging attacks and stuff by moving your guys around like this. And on the mobile version, that's just not as easy, so I ended up quitting despite getting really far. But we're going to try to beat it this time. So here we are, just going through the levels again, gathering money. This early level is honestly a bit boring. You don't get a ton of money, you don't get a ton of experience. You do level up pretty quickly the first time you go through this, just because, you know, you're level 1, you're going to naturally level up quickly. But yeah, beyond that, it's just a really standard level. There's pretty much nothing that can threaten you other than the boss, and you really just gotta mow enemies down. That enemy right there just dropped a redstone, which we'll collect in a minute. What it does is you can equip it to your weapons, and it'll give you a +5 strength bonus, which can really boost your attack. I'm not going to equip it to anything right now, because I don't really feel it's needed, but it's really useful to have on hand. And when I was saying the items in the shop aren't as good as the items you find naturally, this is what I'm talking about. This is called a compo item, and it, you know, gives you stat buffs. And you can see each of my weapons has 2 slots down here where I could put a compo item. If I had bought an item from a shop, this bottom slot would be replaced with an X, and you can't put an item there. So that's why they're not as good. And right now, the compo items aren't especially important, but they start becoming really good and really helpful later down the line, which is why you always want to have that 2 slots. So I'm kind of running out of things to say. Hopefully I'm going to be trying to upload this consistently. I know I uploaded an episode of a Terraria Let's Play, and then I just never did another episode. I might continue that. I'll try to continue that. That series actually took some effort, because I had to edit it, and my computer isn't the greatest, so when I went to edit videos, I had to render them back into a format that I could upload, and that took like 6 hours on itself. And apparently YouTube didn't like the file I was rendering it into, and so then uploading it took a long time as well. So it was just a bit of a mess. It took like 12 hours to put that Terraria video up. But hopefully I have to do minimal editing on this, even though there was that chunk at the beginning I really should just cut out. But I'm not doing that, because I want to upload this daily instead of like bi-weekly. I'm such a good YouTuber. Top quality. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Share with your grandma. So we're coming up to the end of Opening Street again. Didn't get either of the weapons I wanted, which sucks. Actually, a lot. Yeah, we're on Opening Street 9. Somehow my priest got a bit damaged, but we got that rice ball, so it's not a big deal. And we're leveling up again. So we're just gonna go magic and life. Yeah, there we go. I think if we don't get it, just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna move on to the next level, just so I don't have to keep grinding this over and over again. Oh, there we go. We did end up getting the gun. All right. So I'm gonna move on, refight the boss while I'm talking about this gun. Okay, so this is the first gun upgrade. As you can see down here, I can't really. Okay, as you can see down in the bottom corner, it costs $5 to shoot, which obviously isn't a good thing because I only have 350. It is quite a significant upgrade from the regular gun, going from 2 to 6 damage to 8 to 12, which is a massive upgrade. But the money cost just makes it overall not worth it, in my opinion. It might be good for, helping to take down some bosses, and I am going to hold on to it. But in general, I don't see it becoming especially important. And that's why I said it wasn't too big of a deal if we didn't get it. I would have really liked to get the staff upgrade for the priest, which we can look at in the shop. I'm not going to buy it, but it's a staff of wood, which, again, it's just a solid upgrade from the regular staff. It's 2 to 3 damage instead of 1 to 2, which in the long run isn't quite such a big deal, which is why I'm okay with moving on. It's definitely the least flashy of the upgrades. Like the fire ring and the stone whip give magic attacks to their respective wielders, but the staff is just a damage upgrade, which would have been nice, but not important. We're gonna move on. This is Grassland 1. The enemies here are significantly different from in Opening Street, and they are actually threatening because they come at you relatively quickly. And if you have an archer, this is where they kind of start to fall behind, because the fast-moving enemies have a tendency to dodge the shots from the archer, which is obviously not a good thing. But with the angel and the whipper, we actually can take out these guys fairly easily, so it's not a problem here. You also get some cool new weapons here, which I'll talk about if/when they drop. I'm not sure if we actually get any upgrades for our guys in particular. I know you can get the freeze spell for the magician and the poison bow for the archer here, but I'm not certain about any of my other guys. And we're just gonna skip that guy right there. We don't need to fight him. And so yeah, things can get a bit clustered in this game when everything's just piling on top of your guys. And our whipper is actually taking quite the beating here. That is not very good. We're just gonna let everyone else handle this for now. Hopefully we can get a rice ball or something to drop. We are handling these guys fairly effectively. We are obviously taking quite a bit of damage. But the health drops, they drop frequently enough that it's not too big a deal. And here we just got the poison arrow. This is actually a really good weapon because poison is just insane. It's just absolutely insane in this game. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it just does a ton of damage. Like, I think it does damage every frame, which is... I'm saying this a lot, but it's insane. It does a ton of damage. Hopefully we can get poison weapons for our other guys. I know there's a poison staff later, maybe a poison whip as well. So yeah, I'll try to show that off if/when it's possible. I'm going to be trying to feed the rice balls to my whipper because he's our main melee guy, so he's going to be taking a lot of the damage. Our guys are really weakened, and this red enemy is really threatening, so I'm going to try to skip over him. And yeah, our whipper just died, but we also just got a level up, so I'm going to exit out of this map real quick. You just return to the world map, and yeah. And we got another level up. Gotta go strength and dexterity. I'm not actually sure how Magic and Life got ahead. I think I accidentally pumped those twice in a row without meaning to. It's not a big deal. Everything's all evened up now. And I think I'm actually gonna call it there for this first episode. Definitely wasn't the greatest video, but what videos of mine are. So yeah, if you liked this video, smash that like button. God, that's so fucking stupid. I don't know. Just yeah, have a great day.